Welcome back to ZE Coins. Have you ever thought that a single penny could be worth millions? Well, today we're counting down the top 7 most valuable Lincoln pennies that could make you a fortune. So grab your pocket change and let's find out if you have one of these rare gems hiding in your collection. Video, we will be discussing the 1975 Lincoln penny, its fascinating history, what makes some of these coins worth a fortune, and their current market value. If you love coin collecting or just want to know if you have a valuable penny in your pocket, make sure to watch this video until the end. Let's get started. The Lincoln penny has been one of the most iconic coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the Lincoln penny features a right-facing portrait of Lincoln with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," above his head, "Liberty," to the left, and the year of minting on the right. The reverse design from 1959 to 2008 displayed the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. The 1975 Lincoln penny follows this design and was struck in both Philadelphia and Denver, with San Francisco minting proof coins for collectors. A 1975 Lincoln penny was made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, which was the standard composition of pennies before 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising copper prices. This means that the 1975 penny has intrinsic metal value that fluctuates with copper prices. There are 3 primary types of 1975 pennies. 1. The 1975 no mint mark penny struck in Philadelphia. 2. The 1975 D penny struck in Denver. 3. The 1975 S proof penny struck in San Francisco. While most 1975 pennies are common and only worth their face value, certain rare varieties and errors can be worth significant money. Some of the most notable errors include 1. Double die errors. These occur when the coin's design is imprinted twice slightly off from the original strike, leading to visible doubling in letters or numbers. 2. Off-center strikes. These are coins that were misaligned when struck, causing part of the design to be missing or pushed to the edge. 3. BI error. This refers to a small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, which is popular among collectors. These errors can increase a penny's value, depending on their severity and rarity. Now, for the exciting part, how much is a 1975 penny worth? Some of these pennies have been sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. Here are some notable examples. 1. A 1975 S proof Lincoln penny in perfect PR 70 condition sold for over $5,000 due to its pristine quality. 2. A rare double die error penny for 1975 fetched around $1,000 in an auction due to its clear doubling on the date and lettering. 3. A high-grade MS 67 red 1975 D penny was sold for approximately $300 because of its outstanding condition. For regular circulated 1975 pennies without errors or special qualities, they are generally worth about 2 to 5 cents due to their copper content. However, uncirculated or high-grade versions can sell for $10 to $50, depending on the grading and demand. So, should you check your 1975 Lincoln pennies? Absolutely, even though most of them are common. You never know if you might have a rare error or high-grade coin worth big money. We are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1976 Lincoln penny. You might have one of these in your pocket change and not even realize its hidden value. Some of these coins have been selling for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. In this video, we will break down the history of the 1976 penny, its features, errors that make it valuable, and how much it is worth in today's market. Stick around because you may just have a small fortune sitting in your coin jar. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln on his 100th birthday. The 1976 penny was minted during the year America celebrated its bicentennial, but unlike the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins, the penny did not receive any special design changes. It remained part of the traditional Lincoln Memorial series, which was in circulation from 1959 to 2008. The 1976 penny was struck at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 4.6 billion pennies, while the Denver Mint struck more than 4.2 billion. The San Francisco Mint made proof coins specifically for collectors, totaling around 4 million pieces. The mint mark can be found just below the year on the obverse of the coin. If there is a small d, the coin was minted in Denver. If there is an S, it was struck in San Francisco. If there is no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. Now, let's talk about what makes some 1976 pennies worth a lot of money. Certain errors and varieties can dramatically increase the value of this coin. Here are a few key errors to look for: double die obverse DDO. This occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing noticeable doubling in the lettering and Lincoln's profile. Some of these have sold for hundreds of dollars, depending on the severity of the doubling. Off-center strikes. If the design is off-center by a significant margin, collectors will pay a premium for it. A 50% off-center strike with a full date visible can be worth over $100. Clip planchet. When a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to a minting error, these could be worth anywhere from $20 to $100. Die cracks and BI errors. Some 1976 pennies show raised metal lines or cracks in the design, especially in the word Liberty. The BI error, which appears as a small vertical line between the letters B and E, is sought after by collectors. Oh, how much is a 1976 Lincoln penny worth today? Let's break it down by condition. Circulated condition. If your penny is worn and has been in general circulation, it is usually worth face value unless it has an error. However, well-preserved examples in XF to AU condition can sell for 25 cents to a few dollars. Uncirculated condition. A 1976 penny in mint state 65 or higher could be worth $10 to $25, and if graded MS67 or above by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, it can sell for over $100. Proof coins. If you have a 1976 proof penny with an S mint mark in deep cameo condition, it could be worth anywhere from $5 to $50 depending on the grade. High-grade rare errors. Some of the most valuable 1976 pennies with major errors or in ultra-high grades have sold for over $1,000 at auction. Oh, there you have it. The 1976 Lincoln penny may not be rare in general, but certain errors and high-grade examples can be worth a significant amount of money. If you have a collection of pennies, take a closer look because you never know what hidden treasures you might find. Make sure to check for mint marks, errors, and overall condition before selling or trading your coin. We explore the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. If you have a 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny sitting around, you might want to take a closer look. Some of these coins can be worth much more than just 1 cent. Today, we will dive into the history of the 1980 penny, its key features, mint varieties, and what makes some of them worth a lot of money. Stick around to the end because you won't want to miss the most valuable sales recorded for this coin. History of the 1980 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The design, created by Victor David Brenner, featured Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and originally had wheat ears on the reverse. However, in 1959, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1980 Lincoln penny continued this tradition and was produced in large quantities. Composition and design. By 1980, the Lincoln penny was primarily composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This composition remained until 1982, when the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-plated zinc planchet to reduce production costs. The 1980 penny weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. The obverse features Lincoln's profile with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1980. The reverse depicts the Lincoln Memorial with the inscriptions "United States of America," "E Pluribus Unum," and 1 cent. Mint marks and varieties. A 1980 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each minting location produced different varieties. The 1980 Philadelphia penny has no mint mark and had a mintage of over 7.4 billion. The 1980 D penny, minted in Denver, features a D mint mark, and had a mintage of approximately 5.1 billion. The 1980s proof penny, minted in San Francisco, features an S mint mark and was produced primarily for collectors. Errors and valuable varieties. While most 1980 pennies are only worth face value, certain errors and high-grade specimens can fetch significant prices. Some of the most sought-after errors include double die obverse, DDO. Some 1980 pennies exhibit noticeable doubling, especially on the inscriptions and date, making them highly desirable among collectors that off-center strikes. Pennies that were struck off-center could be worth anywhere from $10 to over $100, depending on the severity of the error. Die cracks and cuts. If you find a 1980 penny with a noticeable die crack or a raised lump due to a die break, it might be worth a premium. Current market value and auction prices. Most circulated 1980 pennies are worth only 1 cent due to their high mintage. However, if you have an uncirculated or proof version, the value increases significantly. Here are some price estimates based on condition. A standard 1980 Lincoln penny in circulated condition is worth face value. A 1980 penny in mint state could be worth $5 to $1.15 in 1980. D penny in high-grade condition can fetch $10 to $1.25. A 1980 S proof penny is worth $3 to $10, depending on quality. Some rare error coins or exceptionally high-grade specimens have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. One notable sale was a 1980 Lincoln penny graded MS 67 Plus RD, which sold for over $2,000 due to its exceptional condition and eye appeal. Proof pennies with deep cameo contrast can also command high premiums in auctions. Conclusion: while the 1980 Lincoln penny is common, certain varieties, errors, and high-grade specimens can be worth a lot of money. If you have one, check for errors, mint marks, and overall condition. You never know. You might be holding onto a valuable piece of numismatic history. We take a deep dive into the history, value, and current market worth of a 1984 Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you have one of these coins, you may be in possession of something that is worth much more than just a single cent. So stay with us as we explore everything you need to know about this coin. Background on the 1984 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny has been a staple in American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design features the iconic portrait of Lincoln on the obverse side, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner. The reverse side of the 1984 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was first introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design remained in circulation until 2008, when it was replaced with the current shield. Reverse composition and minting. The 1984 Lincoln penny is made primarily of copper-plated zinc, a composition that was first introduced in 1982. Prior to this, pennies were made of 95% copper, but due to rising copper costs, the composition was changed to 97.5% zinc, with a thin copper plating. The 1984 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver minted coins were intended for circulation, while the San Francisco mint primarily produced proof coins, rare and valuable. Errors when it comes to value. Some 1984 Lincoln pennies are worth far more than face value due to rare minting errors. One of the most famous errors is the 1984 doubled ear variety. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin was misaligned, creating a doubling effect on Lincoln's ear, making it appear as though there's an extra outline. This error is highly sought after by collectors and can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on the condition. Another notable error is off-center strikes, which occur when the coin blank is not properly aligned in the press, resulting in an uneven image. Coins with significant off-center strikes can be worth anywhere from $10 to $100 or more, depending on the severity of the misalignment, grading, and condition. When determining the value of a 1984 Lincoln penny, condition is key. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state 70 or MS 70 by professional grading services such as PCGS and NGCA Coin-In. Average circulated condition may be worth only a few cents, while an uncirculated high-grade example with a mint state grade of MS 65 or higher can fetch significant amounts. especially if it has an error or unique characteristic current market value. As of today, common 1984 pennies without errors in circulated condition are generally worth their face value. However, if you have an uncirculated specimen, it could be worth anywhere from $1 to $5 in 1984 penny with the double deer variety can sell for over $100 if it is in mint condition. Some of the highest graded examples with rare errors have even been known to sell for over $1,000 at auctions. The demand for these coins among collectors continues to influence their value, and prices can fluctuate based on market trends. How to check your coins: if you want to determine if you have a valuable 1984 penny, carefully examine the coin under a magnifying glass. Look for the double ear feature or any other unusual errors. Check the overall condition, and if you believe you have a rare specimen, consider getting it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. Conclusion: the 1984 Lincoln 1-cent penny may seem like just another common coin, but certain varieties and conditions make it highly valuable. If you have one of these pennies, be sure to check for errors and consider having it appraised by an expert. You never know, you might have a small fortune hiding in your pocket change. So take a closer look at your coins, and happy collecting. We dive deep into the fascinating world of coins, numismatics, and hidden treasures. Today, we are talking about a coin that many people overlook: the 1987 Lincoln penny. This seemingly ordinary 1-cent coin could be worth far more than its face value, depending on its condition, errors, and rarity. Stick around as we uncover the history, market value, and rare varieties that make this penny a valuable collector's item. Section 1: the history of a 1987 Lincoln penny. The 1987 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. This particular year marked another production run using the copper-plated zinc composition, which was introduced in 1982. Before that, pennies were made of 95% copper. The 1987 penny features the familiar design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that remained in use until 2008, when it was replaced by the Union Shield. Section 2: mintage and common varieties. The U.S. Mint produced the 1987 Lincoln penny in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint coins do not have a mint mark, while the Denver Mint coins are marked with a small d, and the San Francisco Mint struck proof coins with an S. The total mintage numbers were very high, making this a common coin in circulation. However, certain factors can significantly increase the value of this coin, including mint errors and pristine condition. Section 3: rare error coins and high-value pennies. Some 1987 Lincoln pennies have errors that make them highly sought after by collectors. Here are some of the most valuable errors to look for: double die obverse. Some 1987 pennies have a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering and numbers, which can greatly increase their value. Off-center strikes: if a penny was struck off-center, it can be worth a premium, especially if the date and design are still visible. Wrong planchet errors: sometimes a coin is mistakenly struck on a foreign planchet or a blank of another denomination, making it highly valuable. Clip planchet: these coins appear as if a piece of them has been cut off due to a mistake in the striking process. Section 4: grading and market value. The condition or grade of a coin greatly influences its worth. Here is a breakdown of the value based on different conditions. Circulated condition: if your 1987 penny has been in use and shows signs of wear, it is generally worth face value to a few cents over face value. Uncirculated condition: a coin that has never been used and shows no wear can be worth a few dollars depending on its quality and grading. MS65 or higher: a penny graded MS65 or higher by a professional grading service can fetch anywhere from $10 to $50 or more, depending on rarity and demand. Proof coins: proof 1987 pennies are highly collectible, especially if they are in deep cameo condition. These can range from $5 to $30, depending on their preservation. Error coins: coins with mint errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their rarity and demand. In the collector's market. Section 5: current market trends and future value. The value of a 1987 penny depends on market trends, demand, and rarity. In recent years, collectors have shown increasing interest in high-grade Lincoln cents and error coins as coin collecting continues to grow in popularity. Certain varieties may see a significant rise in value. It is always a good idea to check auction results in coin grading websites to get the most up-to-date pricing on your coin's conclusion. So there you have it. The 1987 Lincoln penny might be sitting in your pocket or coin jar right now and could be worth much more than a single cent. Always be on the lookout for rare errors, high-grade specimens, and proof coins to maximize your potential earnings. We will explore the history, significance, and the current market value of this fascinating coin that has captured the interest of collectors worldwide. The 1992 Lincoln penny may seem like an ordinary coin at first glance. However, there is a special variety of this penny known as the 1992 close AM penny that makes it highly sought after and valuable. This variety is distinguished by the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin. The standard 1992 penny features a noticeable gap between these two letters, while the rare close AM variety has the letters almost touching each other. This rare variety was not intended for circulation, but was instead an accidental production error, making it extremely desirable among numismatists and collectors. The history of the Lincoln penny dates back to 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent became the first U.S. coin to feature the likeness of a real historical figure. Over the decades, various modifications were made to the design, including the memorial reverse introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This reverse design, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, remained in circulation until 2008 when it was replaced by the Shield reverse in 2010. The 1992 penny, in particular, was part of this long history and was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. However, only a few of the 1992 close AM varieties were accidentally produced, making them incredibly rare. The reason for this error is believed to be due to the early use of 1993 reverse dies, which were mistakenly used on some 1992 coins. This mistake went unnoticed at the time, but was later discovered by collectors, adding to its mystique and desirability. Now, let us talk about the value of the 1992 Lincoln Close AM penny. The value of this coin can vary significantly depending on its condition and the demand in the market. A circulated example can still be worth hundreds of dollars, while uncirculated specimens in pristine condition have been known to sell for thousands. Some of the finest examples and high grades have been auctioned for amounts exceeding $10,000. The highest prices are usually paid for coins that have been professionally graded by numismatic services like PCGS or NGC, which authenticate the rarity and quality of the coin, the AS of the current market trends. The 1992 close AM penny continues to be highly sought after, and collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved examples. Prices fluctuate based on auction results and collector interest, but it remains one of the key varieties in modern Lincoln cent collecting. If you happen to find one in your collection, it is highly recommended to have it evaluated by an expert to determine its true market value. So, how can you identify a 1992 close AM penny in your collection? The easiest way is to take a close look at the word America on the reverse side. If the A and M are nearly touching, you may have found a rare gem. It is also helpful to compare it with other 1992 pennies or use a magnifying glass to confirm the details. Additionally, checking for a high-quality strike and minimal work can further increase the value of the coin. To conclude, the 1992 Lincoln penny is not just another ordinary coin. With its historical significance, accidental rarity, and high market demand, it stands as one of the most exciting modern varieties in U.S. numismatics. If you have one, you might be holding a small fortune in your hands. We encourage you to check your pocket change, old coin rolls, or collections because you never know when you might come across this valuable penny. We dive deep into the world of coins and collectibles today. We have an exciting topic that might just make you check your pocket change a little more carefully. We are talking about the 2012 Lincoln 1-cent penny and its surprising value history and potential rarity. Some of these pennies are worth much more than face value, and today we will break down everything you need to know about them. First, let's talk about the history of the 2012 Lincoln penny. This coin is part of the ongoing Lincoln cent series, which originally debuted in 1909, featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. The 2012 penny continues the design introduced in 2010, known as the Shield Reverse, which replaced the previous Lincoln Memorial Reverse used from 1959 to 2008. The Shield design represents the Union and was created to honor Lincoln's preservation of the United States during the Civil War. Now, let's get into the details of how many 2012 pennies were minted and why some might be worth more than just 1 cent. The U.S. Mint produced this coin in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia minted coins have no mint mark, while the Denver coins carry a small D mint mark below the date. San Francisco only struck proof versions, which are more desirable among collectors. If you have a standard 2012 penny from Philadelphia or Denver, it is generally worth face value. In circulated condition, since billions were made, however, there are certain key factors that can increase the value dramatically. One of the most important factors is the coin's condition. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded MS65 or higher, can fetch anywhere from $1 to $10, depending on demand, and the coin market. Some even sell for more at auction. Now, let's talk about error coins, which can significantly increase the value of your 2012 penny. There are a few known errors to look for. First is the double die error, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once slightly off from the original design. This can cause letters, numbers, or parts of Lincoln's portrait to appear doubled. Coins with noticeable doubling, especially on words like liberty or I in God we trust, can sell for $50 or more, depending on severity. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is misaligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin can be, with some fetching over $100 in the right condition. Other errors to watch for include die cracks, which create raised lines on the coin surface, or even missing elements due to weak strikes. These kinds of coins are not super common, but collectors love them, and prices can range anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred, depending on rarity. Now, let's talk about the proof version from the San Francisco Mint. Proof coins are struck with special dies on highly polished planchets, which gives them a mirror-like finish. These coins are not meant for circulation and are usually sold in sets to collectors. A 2012 S-proof penny in perfect PR70 condition can sell for around $25 to $50, while lower-graded proofs still hold some premium over face value. So, how do you know if your 2012 penny is valuable? The first step is to check for any mint errors using a magnifying glass or a coin microscope. If you see any doubling, off-center strikes, or other anomalies, you might have a rare coin worth serious money. Next, consider the condition of the coin. Coins with no scratches, dings, or signs of wear are much more valuable than heavily circulated ones. Finally, if you think you have a valuable penny, consider getting it professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC, as a certified grade can increase its marketability and value. Now, let's discuss the current market value as of today. Most regular 2012 pennies are only worth face value, but uncirculated and error varieties can range from a few dollars to over $100, depending on demand. The best way to check real-time values is to look at recent sales on auction sites like eBay or Heritage Auctions, where you can see what collectors are actually paying. So, there you have it. Your 2012 Lincoln penny might be worth more than you think. Be sure to check your spare change and keep an eye out for those rare error coins that could bring in a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin collecting tips and valuable finds. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.